Hey there, Bible buddies. I've got another Bible review for you today. And I'm sure you guys after that last one, you're like, oh, this guy's going to have another Collins Bible. Like they're just going to come firing out like last time, right? One Collins after another, and have like 13 of them in a row. So no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to spare you guys, and I'm going to just throw like a total curveball from out of left field. This is one I would imagine probably nobody would expect me to do a review on. And I wouldn't even have this Bible except for the fact that I ordered like it was like a mystery pack of 3 Bibles, and they said they were like, I believe it or not, it might have been 3 Collins Bibles. The listing had it listed as. I think it was 3 Collins Bibles. It was one of those things where they didn't have any pictures, and it just said, hey, we're selling 3 Collins Bibles. They're leather bound, and it's X amount of dollars, and it was very inexpensive. I want to say like $10. And so they shipped me 3 Bibles, but they were just 3 random Bibles, and this is one of them. And so I have it, and I figured I may as well review it, and it's definitely going to be, it's definitely going to be uninspected. For those of you that do not agree with the Catholic, the Catholic traditions, you might want to skedaddle and vamoose right here and now, because I'm going to be reviewing this bad boy. So this is a New American Bible produced by Fireside Bible Publishers. Now, do not get confused. The New American Bible is not the same thing as the New American Standard Bible. I know they could have picked like better naming conventions, but for whatever reason, they did not. This is a different translation than the New American Standard Bible. So don't get those too confused. They're different. And this is typically a translation that's used by the Catholic Church. My aunt was or is, I'm not sure. I don't know. She grew up Catholic, so she has a New American Bible. And I had to laugh because she did the same confusion. I read from a New American Standard Bible. She's like, oh, that's the same one I have. So when I went to go visit her last time, I looked at the Bible thinking, oh, it's a New American Standard Bible. And it was something similar to this. And I was like, not the same. I didn't correct her. It's not that serious, but just so you know, it's not the same exact translation. It's a little bit different. Obviously, do your own research into whether or not you're going to agree with this translation, or maybe just pick it up if you feel like comparing translations. That's what I do. I have like a truckload of obscure, less than common Bible translations, and I'll make a post about that because I need your guys' help on those series of videos. But let's go ahead and get into this one. It is it's a hardback. I almost never review hardbacks. I have a couple. I mean, like literally a handful of hardbacks, aside from like study aids. But this is a hardback edition, and it is kind of like a burgundy kind of mottled look there. I'll let you guys see. And it has just your standard kind of texturing for hardbacks that all hardbacks have. Nothing too crazy. It is embossed with Holy Bible, and then the New American Bible. On the spine, you have Holy Bible, and then School and Church Edition, NAB, and Fireside, the name of the company, along with just kind of rib indications. They're just printed. They're not stamped or anything like that. On the back, just kind of the same fare, a little mottled look there on the burgundy or the kind of deep red color. We have red and yellow head and tail bands that are kind of faded, and then we have a slightly dirtied kind of white page edge there. And so this goes to show you, right? So you can see here, I'm hoping the camera can pick it up. So it's kind of dingy, and certainly, if you're using your Bible a lot, it's going to get really dirty kind of in this area on the side from, thumbing through. That is why they put page gilt on Bible edges, is to prevent that, because essentially the gold is going to prevent dirt from sticking to the page edge, and you'll wear the gold much slower than you would transfer dirt from your fingers onto a white page edge. So it kind of looks nicer, longer, and for less expensive Bibles during the 1950s, 1940s, instead of using gold, they just did, red page edge dye, which also helps, because the dye will kind of discolor and get a little bit darker, but it won't look as bad as like a white page is like this all kind of nastied up. Somebody felt the need to put their name there, Sarah T. Thank you, Sarah T, for your contribution to the channel. On the bottom, we have some more staining and little things. More of the same. I don't know why I'm showing you guys this. It's gonna be one of those Bible reviews, y'all. I'm doing. I don't know if you know how most people film their YouTube things en masse. I film many videos all at once, so I'm still on that very first day back from filming. So again, if I'm a little agitated, excited, stumbling over my words, lost for thought, again, I'm just reacclimating myself. Hopefully it'll get better as these go on. Hopefully I'll get back to where I was, and hopefully you guys will stick with me. Let's go. All right, so we open it up and we have a page liner. It's just a white paper page liner, nothing fancy. I'll show you the corner work. Why not, right? There you go. On the back side, yeah, more of the same. Corner work. It's there. All right, let's get into it now. I can't speak to anything. I did not grow up Catholic. I grew up Southern Baptist, and I am still of that tradition. So I have really just a very surface level knowledge of Catholicism and kind of what their ideology is. So forgive me if I get anything wrong. Those of you who are Catholic and maybe watching this video, many pardons. So here we have our presentation page after just a blank kind of thicker sheet here. Somebody was there at some point. I can't possibly read that. I don't think it's been scribbled out quite thoroughly. On the back of this, we have a thing. It looks like a letter from the Vatican, dated September 18th, 1970. I'll go ahead and just kind of let you guys take a look at that, and you can pause it if you feel so inclined to read it, with a little stamp there. And then a little bit of information there on the New American Bible. It says translated from the original language. Goodness, translated. I gotta slow myself down. People always comment on my videos. I shouldn't say always, but on occasion, people have commented in real life more so than anything about how quickly I talk, and I talk especially quickly when I get nervous. And obviously, this is my first day back, so I'm a little more nervous. So forgive me if I'm speaking a little too quickly. I'll have to slow myself down, and certainly in that instance, right? So it says translated from the original languages with critical use of all the ancient sources, and the revised New Testament, authorized by the Board of Trustees of the Confraternity of Christian Doctrine and approved by the Administrative Committee/Board of the National Conference of Catholic Bishops and the United States Catholic Conference, Fireside Bible Publishers. And then their information there. I will zoom in. So quite a mouthful. It really didn't explain the translation, but it's okay. On the back, we have the copyright page. I'll show you guys that. There you are. And it says it's the 1997-1998 edition. And then we have Pope John Paul II. I remember him from when I was a kid. He was like still in office. I don't know what you call it. Forgive me. 1,000 pardons yet again. Here's your list of succession of popes. The succession of popes. So there's a couple more I think that have been added since then. And you have your table of contents. And then there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff. I'm probably just going to read the titles, so bear with me, all. This is the Dogmatic Constitution of Divine Revelation. And so this appears, again, people are going to have much more knowledge on this than I do. This appears to be like kind of a study Bible. So it's got some kind of extra information and footnotes and things down at the bottom. Then you have your books of the Bible. And I'm looking to see if it has the apocryphal books or the deuterocanonical books. And it does appear to have it here. I'll go ahead and show you guys the list. They do seem to be included here. So there you go. They're mixed in with the Old Testament. And then, I'm not sure. I guess another table of contents? I don't know. And then more. Table of contents. Alphabetically arranged. Okay, well there's a difference at least. And then we have collaborators on the Old Testament, the new collaborators in the Old Testament, the New American Bible. I would have put of in there, I guess. More collaborators and origin, inspiration, and history of the Bible. And then that wraps up, I think. Yeah, that seems to be the end of it. Yep. Then we have our Old Testament title page. The preface to the New American Bible. This is kind of weird. Oh, I guess it's the preface to the Old Testament. And then a little article on the Pentateuch. And then we have the book of Genesis, but that's just like an opening to the book of Genesis. Gives you some background on it, looks like. And then here we go. Genesis. Yeah, here. First story of creation. Yeah, so you can see kind of I guess it'd be like a summary, right? Or maybe an extended summary up here. And then it looks like there's a breakdown here, kind of a, what do you call that? Not summary, but like a table of contents for the table of chapters of content. That's something. You know what I'm saying. Breakdown of chapters. So there you go. I'll let you guys take a look at the text. You can see it is a double column paragraph setting. And I'll kind of flip through it here. Now, again, I'm not super familiar with this, but it looks like what they're doing is you have your double column biblical text, and then kind of at the end on the right hand side of each page, you have your cross references listed first, and then you have your footnotes underneath that. I'll go ahead and let you guys, I guess, just see the footnotes there and cross references. So there you go. And we'll kind of flip through it a little bit here. You do have the kind of running headers here as far as the kind of subject titles that are going throughout. You also have the page numbers on the kind of upper exterior corners, which is weird. Most Bibles usually put the, instead of the page number, they'll do the book name. They'll do this, the book name and the chapter on the exterior, just because, when you open it, I'm not going to know what page 379 correlates to, but I'll know if I see, Exodus 2 where I'm at. Then on the interior, in the gutter, you have the subject headers, the running header. And there is quite a bit of information. I would imagine that the footnotes would kind of skew towards the Catholic tradition, which is understandable, obviously, given the fact this is the Catholic Bible. And here we have the poetic section of Psalms. You can see they did a kind of a poetic layout there. Actually looks pretty well done. I don't see very many. I mean, there's a few single word lines, but certainly not as many as I've seen in some other editions. Now, I would imagine this is just a Pew, right? A Pew edition, hardback. So the paper is, standard Pew Bible fare. It's not terrible. I mean, you get a little bit of show through there, but it's nothing crazy. Certainly usable. So one of the things that I've gotten into is I've started collecting different translations, and I've got quite a wide variety of them. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a post, so you guys can comment on the post. Maybe I'm not even sure if you can comment on posts. I think you can. If not, probably what I'll do is I'll do a short video, and I will kind of maybe list out some of the translations I have. But really what I'm interested in is getting your feedback as to what Bible verses I should focus on when looking at a new translation. Because some of the translations I picked up are like mega sketchy. Some of them are like straight heretical. So obviously the idea would be to give you guys a heads up in case you see them, you'll know what you're getting into. But I want to be a little bit more better versed. Excuse the pun use. Better versed on the verses that I should use. Like I said, I'll make a video and I'll basically just ask like, hey, what verses do you guys want to look at in this translation? Because I know some translations tend to handle certain things in the New Testament a little weirdly. John 1:1 is like the big one to me. I always go to that one first and see how they handle that verse. If they add in the letter A, or if they kind of scoot the whole thing and call Jesus divine instead of God, it's weird. They do some weird stuff. But yeah, I'll make a video about that. Either way, we have the New Testament title page there, and there you have the preface to the New Testament, and a little summary on the Gospels there, summary on Matthew. It's very thorough, it looks like. And then you have Matthew 1 right there, the infancy narrative. And it is a black letter text, so there's no red letter here. And again, you still have your standard footnotes and cross-references. We'll go ahead and flip to the end. So there we have the end of the Bible, and it goes right into the encyclopedic dictionary. So I'll let you guys take a look at that. And the layout looks a little bit different for this dictionary. Usually they do it in a double column, but they have it done as a single column, which certainly makes it feel more academic. You know, a single column text reminds me of those old school chunky books I have to carry around, AP Chemistry, all that kind of stuff. All right. I'm getting kind of turned. Am I still in the? Yep, I'm still in the Encyclopedia Dictionary. There's quite a bit in here, and a lot of it, yes, is specific for the Catholic tradition. There's a lot of defined terms in here, so I guess it'll be a good one for me when I finally crack into it to see what all the hubbub is about. And we'll get to the end. So that's the end of the Encyclopedic Dictionary. It's 124 pages. Then you have an index to the Scripture Atlas. A couple pages of that. And then you have some rudimentary maps here, printed on a very high gloss paper. Nice thick paper, but high gloss, so you're going to have to be wary of what pens you use to write on it. And they're very rudimentary. There's Mount Tabor. Indicated as a little triangle. Yeah, there you have it, just your end sheet right there. So nothing too crazy. Let's get you some measurements. Comes in at 8 and, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 8 3/8 inches tall by 5 3/4 inch wide by 1.5 inches thick. So pretty good size. I mean, I guess it's like standard pew size. I mean, I don't know. Is there such a thing as a standard pew Bible? I suppose so, right? All right, now uppercase letters come in at, let's do the I here. In about 8 inches. 8 inches, I keep saying that. 8-point font. We have an 8-point font for the uppercase versus Times New Roman. And then I'll do the M and them. And it's an 8-point font also. So an 8-point font all around in comparison to Times New Roman for this edition of the NAB, the New American Bible, not to be confused with the New American Standard Bible. I would imagine, if you're interested in the Catholic tradition or learning about it, or this is a reference, this would be a good way to go. I got it in a set, like I said at the beginning, but I've seen these on eBay for like $5 or something like that. So it's not a bad grab. I would imagine if you went to a Catholic church, they'd probably give you one for free. I don't know if this is what they usually put in their pews, but yeah, Bible buddies. Until next time, bye.